My name's Lily, and my topic is sports management. First off, the basics. What is sports management? Sports management requires recruiting, negotiating, contracts, marketing, endorsements, legalities, and regulations. Agents must also be responsible for representing professional athletes. Businesses often start small before becoming large corporations. It is important to know how to start. To start, you must be familiar with the federal employment anti-discrimination laws and how they apply to your business. If you have at least one employee, you are covered by the law requiring employers to provide equal work for male and female employees. If you have 15 to 19 employees, the law prohibits discrimination based on race, color, religion, sex, nationality, disability, and genetic information, including family medical history. The law requires equal work no matter what your differences are. If you have 20 or more employees, you have the same law as above, but you also have to consider age, which is 40 years or older. If the previous laws apply to you, you must provide equal pay for equal work, the same for male and female unless you can justify a pay difference under the law. There must be no discrimination against former or present employees based off of differences. Refer to the 15 through 19 employees bullet point. You cannot use employment policies or practices that have a negative effect on applicants or employees 40 or over unless based on a reasonable factor other than age. You must provide reasonable accommodations based off of an employee's religious beliefs or disability. For example, if an employee goes to church every Sunday, you must provide time for that slot to go to church, and you cannot force them to work during that time. And then more responsibilities if the number laws apply to you. You cannot retaliate against an applicant, employee, or former employee for reporting discrimination. An example is threatening to file a charge or complaint of discrimination. You must display a poster that informs federal discrimination laws for employees. You must retain employment records, and you must complete and submit an EEO-1 reported to the EEOC and the U.S. Department of Labor every year if you have 100 or more employees or a federal contractor with at least 50 employees with at least $50,000 in government contracts. This basically means that if you have more than 100 employees or if you are a federal contractor with the said number of employees and contracts, you must file a report that states that all employees have equal opportunity to the EEOC, which is basically an agency enforcing the federal laws. As for publicity, some good ways to publicize your business are to arrange a meeting in a foreign country and make them aware of your business, making more players in that country aware of your agency. In your presentation, you can include a list of businesses involved in your travel, including airlines, hotels, and restaurants. You can also include some people involved in your organization, such as organizers, sponsors, exhibitors, etc., which basically will just let the people that you are presenting to know your connections. Some top agencies in America. The number one is Creative Artists Agency, which manages basketball, football, hockey, baseball, and soccer. And they have $8.9 billion worth of contracts. Wasserman manages basketball, football, hockey, golf, soccer, and baseball and has $5.7 billion worth of contracts. Excel Sports Management manages basketball, football, hockey, baseball, golf, and soccer players with $4 billion worth of contracts. Boers Corporation manages baseball players and has $3.2 billion worth of contracts. ICM Stellar Sports manages soccer and football players with $2.4 billion worth of contracts. Lastly, what does this mean for me? I drew this logo if I were to start an agency, and we would be based in Pittsburgh. We would focus on basketball, football, and baseball, just because those are mostly the sports that make the most. You would start as a small business and then hopefully would grow as you get more clients and employees. And then as for publicity, we would mainly stay in America unless there was a foreign athlete that was willing to come over to America and start a career.